Oh,
back on.
Now we're live.
Yay!
A few technical problems this morning. It was not happening too rapidly. Google sometimes just spins and spins, and that's what happened this morning. So, but we're here now, and there's Meredith Grace right there.
Hi! Oh yay, Meredith is on.
Okay, so welcome to another fun episode of Daddykirbs Live with Kate here live with me. We
Hi all.
love sharing this time with you guys. It is a live show, and the purpose of the live show is to just engage with the audience. I do have a few things to demonstrate this morning and to show you and to talk about, but really it's just about the conversation. So thank you for being here. I look forward to this every Saturday.
Me too.
Last Saturday we were out. I apologize that I didn't get the word out sooner, but I didn't really consider that my grandson's birthday party was last Saturday, and yeah, well, I'd rather be there. Sorry.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see who's here, and then we'll get started with some conversation. Let me scroll up to the top. Lots. Oh wow, long list.
Yeah, they're busy already.
So We Tree Bonsai, thank you this morning for being a moderator. You and Kate, I think that's all I see so far, but thank you so much for your efforts. Meredith Grace, good morning. Good to see you. Let's see here. Good conversation there between you guys. Awesome Skater 999 Gaming and more. Late. Good morning. Good to see you. Llama Plays. It's when's it going to start? Yep, started late. Sorry, that was technical problems. My my setup here sometimes, I don't know if it's Google's fault or if it's my network's fault. We'll blame it on Google. They're big. They got big shoulders. Brooke Chilvers is here. Good morning. Trish, good morning. Good to see you. Good Game Bees and Homestead is here this morning. Good morning. Let's see. V McShannon or Vi McShannon. 38 Kim Possible. Good morning. Good to see you. Mindy Newton. Rain Country, good morning. Brenda Duncan, good morning. Good to see you too. Let's see, Grazy. It's already starting. Crazy Days is canning peas while listening. That's a good thing to do. It's a good thing to have your hands busy while this is playing in the background. Paul Otis, good morning. And my Visla. All right, I made it through the list. Good morning. It's good to see all of you. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Always a good time. Grab a coffee, sit back, relax, or stand there and can peas. Freedom Acres, good morning. Good to see you. I have a few items this morning that I want to show because I've been saving. So on Patreon is a platform that a small handful of people support my channel, and they give me small amounts of money as a monthly pledge, and all of that money goes into my PayPal account, and I've been saving that to get some items for the homestead, for the farm, that will make things a little easier, a little better here on the farm. So thank you to my Patreon patrons. Excuse me. You guys, everything that I show here this morning, you purchased for me, and I greatly appreciate that because it's going to help not only the homestead activities, but it's going to help the creative efforts as well. And I'll show you each of those items. The Texas boys made it in. Good morning. So item number one, actually this is not something that Patreon did. This is something that Kate brought to me this morning. Look at that. That's canned carrots. She did how many of these this week?
22.
22 pints of carrots. Those look so beautiful. I cannot wait to taste those. And also, strawberry jelly. How many of these did you get?
10. But I have 3 more loads to do.
Oh boy.
I have about 30 jars of jelly.
Wow, that's a lot of jelly. So we got strawberry jelly and canned carrots. It's kind of weird to call them canned because they're in jars.
Right.
Jarred carrots, all put up, preserved by Miss Kate here, and she's sharing those. Thank you so much. And those are beautiful. They really look delicious. And when the sunlight is coming through this, if you could see it from this other angle, it's a beautiful red.
Isn't it?
It's a beautiful red. Okay, yes. Okay, so the first item that I wanted to show, because this is a really small item, but I've been looking for something to help with a particular challenge. There's a lot of ways I could have solved this challenge, but I've been looking for... Anyway, let me show you the challenge, and then I'll show you the item that I picked up from Amazon that my patrons purchased, and then we'll discuss how that's going to help. So this is the bottom of a nuke. This is the bottom of a, sometimes I call them baby beehives, because it's just a 5-frame beehive. This is the bottom board. And then this is the actual nuke box. Okay, so it holds 5 frames. Let me scoot back a little bit. And it sits on top of the bottom board like this. But the challenge that I've had, I've used these out in the apiary a few times, and hey, good, Ronald, you are too good to me. Thank you so much. It says, I will start things off this morning. It's a good day to be above ground. The STENT and PACEMAKER install went great, and I feel good. Ronald, I am so happy to hear that you were able to go through that with as little problem as possible. I'm so glad to have you here with me. Thank you so much, and thank you for that super chat as well. So the nuke box and bottom, part of the challenge is when I get out into the apiary, I'm not always thinking clearly because it's hot and there's bees everywhere, and I'm not the greatest beekeeper. But so what I do is I end up picking up the hive from the sides, and I forget that the bottom is not attached, and the bottom has fallen off a few times, and that's not a good thing. I mean, whenever parts fall apart and there's banging and stuff going on, the bees don't like that, and it just makes for a negative experience for them and myself. So I thought about doing some sort of a latch where I could wrap some wire around a couple nails or whatever, but I wanted something that I could easily put on and take off. So what I did, I ended up purchasing, I don't have anything installed yet, but I have this is a little hook latch. You can kind of see that. And then this is the bottom. It's a spring-loaded latch, so they attach like this. So I'll be able to attach this piece, the little hook. It could probably go either way, but I'll be putting the hook on the side of the bottom of the bottom board, and then that other latch being spring-loaded, I'll be able to attach that to the side and then hook that on and clamp it up. That way the bottom and top, or the box and the bottom, will hold together. Problem solved. And I'll be able to take it apart if I need to, real easy, because it's just a simple spring-loaded latch. So this is a really small item that I got from Amazon, and if you want the links to these, because I looked all over the place and I didn't find very many places that sold things like this, Miss Kate has the links to all of these items, so she can put
now that my keyboard's working again.
Uh-oh, more tech problems, but she solved it. So she's going to put the hive latches in the description, or in the chat. I'll be putting that in the description after the show's over. So that's just one item that my patrons purchased. Thank you so much. I think that's going to make beekeeping with these nuke boxes a little bit easier. Monty showed up. Morning, Monty. Who else showed up? Nastarog. Or Natsarog. Sorry, I said it wrong. Or Natsarog. some of these names, I'm sorry. I have a hard times with names in general, but usernames sometimes are funny because they, I don't know what they...
Tim Beverly from Beverly Farms says it's his first time to see us live.
Hey, Beverly Farms, good morning, good to see you. So Good Game B said that should do the trick. I have considered something like that myself, anxious to see how it goes. I am too. Hopefully I can get those installed real soon, maybe today, and then just put those boxes together. Another thing for beekeeping, and Good Game B, you've probably seen this, pardon me, you've probably seen this before, but one of the things that on a nuke box, these nuke boxes have the bottoms that come off, but I also have a few where I asked a local beekeeper to make me some that the bottoms are attached, so I don't need those little latches. But what I do want is a way to close off the opening and you know, without having to stick something in the opening. So I got these. This is a circular beehive entrance cover. So it has 4 positions, one that is completely covered, one that is vented, and these openings here are to let the workers come and go, but drones and queens cannot get through that, and then of course wide open. So I will put this on with a screw through the middle, and then I can just turn this to whatever opening that I need on the entrance. So I'll be modifying those nuke boxes. I'll close up the tiny hole that's on there, and then I'll drill a new hole that I can utilize the openings for this. Because there are times on a nuke box, other hives too probably, but nuke boxes specifically are made for starting hives and transporting and all those different things. So there will be times when I will want to keep the queen in, like maybe I captured a swarm and I'm gonna need the queen to stay for a while, but the workers should be able to come and go. Or maybe there's a time that I need to keep everybody inside so I can move it, but I still want it to be vented, so that would be what this opening's for. And so yeah, hopefully that is something that's going to be useful in the beekeeping arena as well. And again, Kate has that link, so you can...
It's already up.
Oh, she's already done it. Directly to the Amazon page for these. I thought that was fun. Again, I looked around. There's several places that sell these, but on Amazon it was, I can't remember, it was a few dollars. It wasn't very much. Pausing because I'm scrolling. Trying to see who I missed. Probably not catching everything, because once I start talking and you guys start chatting, I start missing stuff. How's our buddy Luke? Ronald, thank you so much for your interest in Luke. He is he has a lot of challenges, but every time I see him smile, it warms my heart. So those are the good moments. Right now he's with Mom. They're out of town for the weekend, so he is visiting with Grandma, which is nice. They're gonna go up and see Grandma for a few days. I miss them all terribly. This is a lonely weekend, but that's why I'm here with you. Deep South Homestead, good morning. If I didn't already say that.
He wants to know how many hives you have. Deep South does. Deep
South wants to know how many hives. How many hives? Okay, so right now I've had up to 7, but as you know, sometimes one will collapse or swarm away or whatever. I am currently down to 4. So I have 3 that are very large and successful, and then 1 that is a small nuke hive that I put a swarm in that I captured. But at within a week or so later, one of my other ones swarmed and left. So I gained 1, lost 1, and then I lost some earlier. So anyway, I'm down to 4 hives. Let's see, pick a cow. Let's see, Texas boys, you're gonna go pick a cow. pick out a cow. You're gonna choose a cow.
Holy cow.
Holy cow. Ronald says we are your other family. Yes, you are. Actually, the community that I'm building around my online content does very much feel like a family. Morning, Maggie. Maggie might come in the screen. You gonna come behind us? Come over here. Come over here. All right, I'll turn the camera. Hey, Maggie. You looking at Kate's carrots?
Hello, girl. Hi.
I like it when Maggie comes to say hi in the morning.
Yeah. Good girl. I almost can't touch you, big girl.
A barn update. My Vizsla is asking for a barn update. Well, I put a few boards on. It's just kind of sitting there. Every time I get out there to work, it's so crazy hot. I mean, it is, not only is it 100 degrees most days, but the humidity, even right now, the humidity's kind of up and it's a little sticky. And when you get out there and you start working, it's not easy to work for long in that heat. So the barn is waiting.
I think Maggie's lonely too.
Maggie. Well, I've been out. Yesterday I came out and hung out with Maggie for a while. Yes, the heat can zap you fast. Green Gables, good morning. Sweat equity. Well,
we got a lot of that around
I got
here.
a lot of sweat. Oh. Maggie's kicking my nuke box on the floor here. So let me show you the next item. I think she's using it to scratch her ankles. Barbara wrote, good morning. So the next item that I purchased, that my patrons purchased for me, is some more beekeeping gloves. These gloves in particular are thicker. I think they're 6 or 6.5 mil. They are a heavier glove. And so yesterday I wore these while beekeeping, and they are definitely...
Uh-oh. Woo! Maggie. Live shows are wonderful.
She's just sticking her rear end in the camera, in my head. Maggie, what were you doing? You needed to scratch your bum? Huh? You need to scratch your bum? That's life.
We're going to sit down on your chair with you.
That's right. That's life on the farm. We have a patio set. Actually, these chairs that we're sitting in, and then a small metal patio table that we have. Typically, a real horse is behind. That's right. Special appearance.
She's trying to eat the carrots through the jar.
Yeah. The animals are always getting into everything. So that patio table that's up, typically set up near the tortoise enclosure, Maggie has decided that it's just the right size for scratching her belly on. So she gets on there, she knocks it over, and she scratches her belly. But yeah, it's... I love Maggie, but having her running loose on the farm is not the best for the farm, because she eats my roses, eats my blackberries. She knocks things over when she's scratching. I have some brick landscaping. She's knocked all the bricks out because she's scratching her ankles. And yeah, so we're putting a special itchy cream on her. I don't know what it is because I'm not the horse vet person of the family, but she's... The vet told us that she's allergic to the insects in the summer. So we have to put a special cream on her to keep the insect bites. First of all, we have to put something on her to keep the insects off, but those that get through, we put the cream on so that their bites don't itch her as bad. So anyway, special care for a big girl here. She's a good girl. But she's a horse, So anyway, yeah, so here's the gloves, the 6.5, I think 6 mil gloves. I did have some bees on my hands yesterday that I don't know if they were trying to sting me or not, but good. Trish, thank you so much. Thank you for that $5 super chat. It says, gotta go, family breakfast time. Enjoy that time with your family. It is wonderful to have time around the table with your family. So go enjoy that. Thank you so much for being here with me this morning. So the gloves, beekeeping. I'm excited that I have the dexterity to do the beekeeping. The leather gloves are nice. They're very protective, but you can't feel anything that's going on. When you're wearing those nitro gloves, you can feel the bees when they rub up against you, when they start bumping you, because sometimes bees want to warn you, so they bump you. And so you can feel that, and I feel like I'm a better beekeeper having the dexterity and the sensitivity to where I can feel the bees. Prior to last year, I did a lot of beekeeping without any gloves at all, and that was really nice because you get to feel everything. But ever since I had that one negative experience with that angry hive, I'm not going in unprotected ever again. So that's where the gloves come in nice and handy. Let's see here. Bees bump you to warn off predators. I'm the predator. Yep. And cocoa. So Texas boys, are you asking about cocoa? Oh, don't tear my hive up. Sorry. My big girl here is rubbing her ankles all over my nuke box that's sitting beside me. Looks like after the show I'm going to go out and give Maggie a little bath and rub her down with that cream. So, okay, so far we have our clips, our hive entrances, and our gloves. And I dropped part of my clip here. Okay. Now this next one's kind of fun. I've been looking for a tool that I can use to do some chop and drop, you know, when I'm out cutting large weeds. Also a tool to trim up some of the trees, a saw, a little blade. And I've looked at a lot of specialty tools, handmade tools, heirloom type tools. And there's a lot of really cool options. But for my first tool, I wanted something that I could experiment with, something that wasn't really expensive, and this is what I ended up with. This is a bill hook saw from Fiskars, again purchased on Amazon. It's not terribly heavy, so it's not going to be hard to swing around. It has the nice hooked blade on one side and the saw blade on the other. So I'm kind of excited to get out and do some chores with that. Start knocking down some of those. Maggie's got her rear end over here. I'm not sure what's going on.
She keeps doing that.
I know.
Is she trying to say something about the show?
I guess so. She wants to put the horse's rear end in the show. Like sometimes I do that. So this is going to be a fun tool to get out on the farm, start knocking down some of those ragweeds and the large sunflowers and all those things that grow up real fast here and take up a lot of space, but then they start to die off and you need to get them out. So something like this hopefully is going to do the trick. And I think it was, what was it, $28 on Amazon? Yeah. That is not bad. And yeah, so thank you to my patrons for purchasing that. There should be some videos coming up real soon with me showing. Whoa, Maggie is seriously knocking me over here. You gotta go, girl. Go. Sorry, I hate to push her away.
She's back again. Let me see if I can talk her and going somewhere else.
I should go get her a carrot or something. At least turn her around so it's not...
Yeah. Come on, now. Good girl. Good girl.
That's the first time that's happened in a show. Yes, Meredith, it's like...
she's coming back.
Well, if she can put her face in the show instead of her rear end, that would be good.
There.
All right, so those are the items, but here's the big item. Here's the thing that actually took me to Amazon. This is why I went to Amazon in the first place, and I wanted to make this purchase, and all these other things were kind of like small add-ons. This right here. This is my new camera. I ended up purchasing the Lumix FZ300 because I was using the Lumix FZ200,
big girl,
which is right here. But this camera I have used and abused, and it's getting wobbly, you know, things. It still works. I can still use this camera, but it's starting to get a little wobbly. So what I wanted to do before it actually broke is get something else. This will be my backup camera, and now I have the newer FZ300. The video quality is much higher, and the reason I chose the Lumix as opposed to like a Canon or a Nikon or something like that is that this one is a lot cheaper and still produces a really nice video. With the lens kit, or the you know, the filters and the tripod and the bag, and you know, the goodies that come with the camera, I think this one was $600 or something like that, and all of that came from Patreon money. I'm very excited that I was able to keep that Patreon money aside and use it for something that's going to be giving back to the channel. This is an investment into the channel. Maggie just wants some love. She's pushing on me. This is an investment into the Daddykirbs YouTube channel, and that's exactly what I was hoping for when the patrons started signing up and started donating. I never wanted that money to be absorbed into our monthly household budget, because I wanted it to be something that I could invest right back into the channel. So this is a way that I can do it, by buying the creative equipment, the tools that help me to be creative. So here, the FZ300, very excited. I've used it for 2 videos now. One will come out tomorrow, one came out yesterday. My little beekeeping adventure where I got to go and try to collect that swarm that ended up not being a swarm. This was the video camera that I had for that, so you can check out some. She's totally leaning on me. I can't hold that 1,000 pounds up for very long. So thank you so much to my patrons, because this is going to make the experience, the Daddykirbs experience, even better for everyone, because this is a higher quality video. The same maker, like I said, same camera, basically, a little bit bigger, a little bit better in low light, produces a higher, it'll do 4K video. I'm not using 4K because, uh-oh, here we go again. You gotta go, girl. Kate's chasing her off. There, now I think she's asking for her itchy medicine.
I think so too.
Yeah, as soon as this show's over, I'm gonna go take care of that, because she went over to rub on the tree.
If we had a brush, I'd brush her right here, but oh well.
Yeah. Did someone rescue those bees? There are at least 3 or 4 local beekeepers discussing that project, because it's going to be a big project. That log that those bees are in is about 30 inches across, and from the end where the opening is on the backside, what I call the backside of the hive, to where they were coming in the front door, these are my terms, the bees didn't tell me which one was front and back, is at least 4 feet. So that's a 30-inch log, 4 feet long. We have no idea how hollow it is. It may be really hollow, it may not be. So if it's not very hollow, it could end up being not a huge hive, or it could be a super big hive. We don't know. So there's a team of local beekeepers discussing how to move that log and move that hive and be able to save those bees. And I told them I don't have a lot to offer as far as experience. All of them are way more experienced than I am, so I'm very excited that they were able to jump in on that project. I told them when they do that, I would love to be there to videotape that so that we can all learn a little something from that experience.
Oh, they're saying it'd be a good video to see you giving Maggie a brushing and a bath and stuff.
Oh. Well, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
No, she's not colicking.
I'll hang out and video and you can bathe.
Yeah. I normally leave the horse care up to my daughter, but she is out of town with Mama right now, so it's going to be up to me. If I do a video like that, it's really going to show how horse ignorant I am.
That's all right. You're a horse lover.
I am a horse. Yes, yes, I do love her. Swazon or Shaz, sorry. Cerrone says, what are your thoughts about stingless bees? I think it would be really, really cool to see if they're even in the area or if they can be brought into the area. I don't know how it is with bringing, if they're not here, with bringing new species. That may not be a good thing, but working with stingless bees would be, well, that would eliminate one of the challenges with bees, so that would be pretty cool. Yes, I would love to see that as well. I would love to see how those beekeepers manage. They're talking about the possibility of cutting it off, so it's just the log laying on the ground, and then using some sort of either a chainsaw or a circular saw to run lengthwise and then prying the log apart so they can open it up like a clamshell, 2 halves. And then at that point they'll have exposure to everything inside and collect the, hopefully find the queen and take whatever comb they can. And they have these bee vacuums that suck the bees into a container, and so they can suck as many of the bees up and transport them with the queen. Usually the queen is captured in a queen cage. So I'm hoping that that can happen, and I really want to be there. I want to see that. I want to record that. Meredith Grace, I would love to see more of the day-to-day Daddykirbs farm videos. Great idea for the grooming video. Yes, and you will be excited then because the video that's coming out tomorrow, it's already edited. I'm ahead of the game. I'm not usually ahead, but I'm ahead this time, and that's because I had all day yesterday by myself. The video is uploaded and it's still set to private because I have to do some of the YouTube details, but that's going to come out tomorrow morning. I'm going to publish it at 8 o'clock on Sunday morning, and that one is going to be more of some of the daily routine. And actually, when I was recording it and editing it, I had a thought that was like, I don't know if anyone's going to want to watch this because it's just life. It's just kind of, to me, it's routine and boring. But then I thought, no, there's a lot of people who watch this channel because they want to see what all of those daily routine things are. So that's what this video tomorrow is going to be. And then I shot a video yesterday also doing more beekeeping, which probably will come out Wednesday, because I also do have the Monday meetup. I didn't have a Monday meetup last week, but I'm back on track, and Heidi from Rain Country is going to be showing us her gardens on our Monday meetup, so I need to get out and get my part of that video shot and edited and uploaded for Monday. So this next week, hopefully I'll be on schedule to do everything exactly as my normal hopeful schedule is, which is the Sunday video, Monday meetup, Wednesday, Friday, and then the Saturday live show. If things go well, you guys should be seeing 5 things a week from the Daddykirbs farm. Doesn't always happen, but...
Heather Carter says she lives vicariously through your videos.
Yay! There's a lot of people that they get that... They express to me that they get to see what it's like to live on a farm or to experience things outside of the city or the suburban areas because I show it on my channel. So I'm very happy to provide that, and I'm glad that you guys are enjoying that. The Gardening Channel with James Prigioni. Let's see, it says, I enjoy your life vlogs like one, the old ones where you went to pick up new chicks. Yeah, that was fun. Renate is in the house. Renate's from Germany, right?
I'm sorry?
Renate Butler?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember who everyone is and where you're from. This poor brain is overloaded most of the time, but I do try.
You may have a new moderator.
Uh-oh.
Ronald Woodruff.
Ronald. What's he saying? Sure. I missed some conversation. Oh, what is a wrench? Yes, that's for the moderators.
Sean Baker said to say hello to you from everybody there.
Sean Barker, sorry I forgot Kate. Please say hi to Blake from us folks, if you can. Hey, Sean. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up now. I've been rambling, so I'm trying to catch up with all of the conversation here. Happy Chicken Hill, see, used a bucket head vac from Home Depot and made a hole in the side and a lid to make a bee vac. That's similar to some of the bee vacuums that I've seen some of the local beekeepers. One of them I saw had, I don't know if it was from Home Depot, but it was the shop vac type thing with the filter taken out, and it was put on top of a modified beehive box. So he was actually vacuuming straight into I think it was a deep box that had been modified to accept the top of that vacuum. So the bees, when they're vacuumed in, they go straight into a beehive instead of a big empty canister. I thought that was pretty cool. TK from Black Hills, South Dakota. I am always fascinated fascinated with where everyone's from, and the fact that all over the world, I mean, I've had Germany and India and Croatia and all kinds of places show up here on the Daddykirbs farm on Saturday morning. It's really, really exciting. And Malaysia, yes. And Florida, that's a whole different country.
Yeah, it sure is.
Deep South Homestead is also going to be on the Monday meetups. So this week, if I can get my act together, Heidi from Rain Country is going to be on the Monday meetup. And then the next week after that is going to be a canning show put on by Deep South Homestead. I'm really excited to get that turned into a show. I thank you guys so much for participating in that. Sean Barker, hey man, love the vids. Please don't ever be dented by people negative comments. You know, there was a time when those negative comments hurt me. Just be honest, they hurt. I was in a different place. Different headspace. And there was a time when I couldn't read my comments because I was just like, why are people so mean? You know, but we mature, we learn things, and we get over things, and we learn to view things from a different perspective. So for about a year now, actually it's a year now, last August 2016, August in 2016 was kind of my moment.
Your epiphany.
My epiphany, yeah. And there was something about that moment that allowed me to put away some of my, I say some because I'm still human, my pride and my perfection and my anger and a lot of the things that imprisoned me, that prevented me from being the best me that I could be. I was able to set that aside, and when that happened, I was also then able to read comments and filter it differently so that they don't affect me. So, I mean, I've read some really, really bad comments within the last year. I've had some that are just miserable. Some of them are about me, and the ones that bother me, the ones that I dislike the most are those that are attacking Luke. And there are a fair number of people that like to attack Luke because they just, anyone that's different, I guess is fair game for people who want to be mean. And I just, those are the ones that get deleted, and I block people from my channel. If people talk about me, sometimes I just laugh at it, and you know, I may even leave it on the channel. I'm not that bothered. But when it's negative against Luke, it's gone, and those people are gone, because I'm not going to tolerate that.
And those of us who are moderators make sure that they're gone quickly.
And I appreciate that very much.
We feel very protective towards Luke as well.
Yeah. You know, and Luke doesn't even read the comments. He doesn't care what you say.
That's right.
I care. And what I care is that it's not healthy. It's not a healthy environment for people to feel so free to talk about somebody who cannot defend themselves, and to abuse someone who cannot defend themselves.
Right.
Even though Luke doesn't care. Honestly, Luke doesn't care at all. It's actually really funny how much he doesn't care about certain things, because we were in one of the ice cream places. I may have already told this story, but we were in one of the ice cream places recently, and I walked in with Luke, and there was a whole bunch of teenage girls, and I think I did tell this story. Anyway, all those girls were looking at him, and you can see them whispering to each other, and at this moment, sometimes Luke looks very normal, and he was walking in just strutting his stuff, and they were falling all over themselves over Luke, and he didn't even look at him. He just kept on walking, didn't care. All right, here we go. Let's see, what else we got? It's seed starting month for the South. Yes, it is, and I'm way behind.
Me too.
I've done nothing for the garden because I am trying to keep up. Now there are some special things that we have to do for Luke, so that takes a lot of time. And then also, even though I haven't done a lot on the horse barn, there's something mental going on that says if I have time, I need to work on the horse barn. I shouldn't be doing other projects. So that has actually created a bit of a block. So the garden, other than doing a little bit of mulching and watering and weeding, not that there's a lot of weeds right now, but I haven't got a lot done for the garden. Deep South says that is a great way to look at it. We have some of those comments, learning to handle it. Yes.
Sunshine wants to know where to get a cocoa. She thought the turtle dance was awesome.
Freedom Makers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if you really do want a cocoa, if you really want a sulcata, and this is sort of a new thing for me, don't go to the pet store. There are lots of rescue places because sulcata tortoises in general, but the sulcata is one of those that is very widely abused by the pet industry. Lots of people think the little baby tortoise is cute in the pet store, so they buy them, they take them home. I can't remember the percentages, but there's a huge percentage of the baby sulcatas that don't even live because people don't know how to take care of the baby tortoises. But if they do manage to live, then they get to a certain size and people discard them because they don't know what to do with them. So find a local rescue and rescue a tortoise. They have great personalities. Both of them that we have, one of them was not technically a rescue. He was in a there was a breeder that was liquidating some of her stock, and my son was a friend of this breeder, and he took this tortoise, brought it to us as a gift. So that one was not technically a rescue, but he was already full grown, and he came from this breeding location. I don't know what you call it, breeding camp or a farm, tortoise farm. And so we got him, and then we got a call because I guess people knew we had a tortoise, and the large guy, Coco, the one that was doing the dance in that video on Facebook, he was in the backyard of a home. This people had loved him for several years, but then they got a dog, and the dog started to abuse the tortoise, so they had to choose the dog or the tortoise, and they decided to keep the dog. So we rescued Coco from that backyard and that dog, and the people were very happy to know that he was going to a place, a home where he was going to have a little more space and lots of people to love him. So yes, I do encourage people who like tortoises to go to a rescue and get your tortoise. But you have to know that the sulcata gets really big. Full-grown male can be 200 pounds and like this big, seriously. And they're heavy, they eat a lot, they poop a lot, and they need a lot of space to move around. So I've heard that each male, it may be female too, but I think the story I heard was that each male sulcata needs about an acre to claim as his own. They're territorial. They need that space to roam, and they need that space to eat because they graze like cows. So there you go. That's my bit about tortoises. Speaking of trolls, thank you guys for being on the ball. Oh, Sunshine wants to know where to get a cocoa. I thought that was from Freedom Acres. Freedom Acres made the comment. Let's see. I'm behind. Sorry, guys. What are your thoughts on planting trees with chill time in the tropics? Well, I do have some thoughts on that because here in Texas, well, everywhere that you plant a fruit tree, in most cases, the fruit trees require a certain number of chill hours. Those are hours below 45 degrees in order for that tree to then go dormant long enough to wake up in the spring to produce fruit. Well, early on here, when I made my orchard, I didn't really pay attention to the chill hour requirements. And some of my trees, even though the trees are living, they're never going to be great producers because they are the wrong trees for this location. So if you are planting fruit trees, talk to your local farmers or call some ag extension office or whatever you have available, whatever resources are available, to find out how many chill hours your fruit trees need. You can go online and look for chill hours for your zone, and then buy fruit trees that are known to do well in that chill requirement, because you're going to end up, you can buy a few trees if you want, just to experiment to see how they work, even though they're not necessarily perfect for your area. But I think if you're going to plant an orchard, most of your trees need to be known good producers for your area, or you're just going to end up frustrated because you bought the wrong trees. I bought the wrong trees for mine, and over time I'm going to suffer. I'm just not going to get the production that I should out of them because I was more concerned with just buying trees and experimenting and doing what I needed to do at the time, and not thinking so much about the long-term production of the orchard. But now that I've been here for 6 years, now I'm concerned about it. So some of the trees will end up being either grafted with different varieties or replaced.
We just need to get the same kind they grow in Fredericksburg.
Yeah, even though our microclimate is a little different, some of those will work. Mm-hmm. The Fredericksburg peaches, now our soil's different too.
Yeah.
But those would probably produce okay here.
I know I've got several seeds in soil in the refrigerator getting their chill time before I put them out in the yard and grow them.
Nice, good. I hope that works for you.
Me too.
I have not successfully grown a peach, any stone fruit, from the seed yet.
Is a mango a stone fruit?
I think so.
I've got 5 of those that I've started from seed, and I've got 9 more seeds in the dirt waiting to start.
Wow, that'll be exciting. If
I'm going to have a mango forest.
That's right. Kate's mango forest.
And avocados. I've got 4 avocados right now too.
Yeah, avocados is one of those things that they grow here, but you got to protect them in the winter.
Yes. Or plant them in a fruit guild.
Yeah.
Oh, Wee Tree says to try the Rio Grande peach, that might work.
Yes, I've heard of that one actually, and I need to look that up. I would like to replace, part of me wants to just rip my apple trees out and be done with them. But then there's another part that says, no, they might produce. They might do something someday. I don't think they're ever going to do anything. So, you know, I'm tormented. On one hand, I want to rip them out and put something else in. On the other hand, I want to give them a chance. But 2 of my apple trees have been in for 6 years, and they've done almost nothing. The bark is rotting. It sends up a lot of shoots from the rootstock. And the trees just don't look good. They don't flower when they're supposed to. They don't produce any fruit. So I really just need to rip them out. But I just kind of hate tearing a tree out. But we'll see. And then, yes, and then whenever I do expand the orchard or rip some of those other things out, I am considering doing more peaches because this area does do okay with peaches. So the Rio Grande, we got to take a note on that. Rio Grande peaches. That was from Wheat Tree?
Wheat Tree, yes. She says they're super sweet and very juicy.
Are they freestone? When you cut them open, does the stone stick to the fruit or does it come loose? Because I would really love to grow some of the freestone peaches.
Really?
Our neighbor right down here that has the horses, they have a peach tree behind their barn that produces thousands of peaches and is freestone. Beautiful, sweet peaches. So this next spring, I'm hoping to go down and take some cuttings and graft them onto my peach trees.
Good idea. I want some of the seeds if they.
Yeah, oh yeah, well they're gonna have loads and loads of seeds. I'm missing things. Sean Barker's got to go. See ya. Thanks for being with me. Freaky Geek is here. You guys are funny. Meredith means guardian from the sea. That is a cool name. Guardian from the sea. I have no idea what Blake means. Probably means guardian of the horse's rear end or something like that. Lots of great conversation here in the chats. I appreciate you guys. Ronald said I had a volunteer peach come up in my raised bed. That is so exciting. Transfer that over into a bucket and move it into an orchard somewhere. Or keep it in your raised bed if you want to just create a little fruit guild around that. You can plant some berries underneath it, maybe some vining plants and some herbs around that. That would be pretty. Sway. Now,
Blake means cool guy, according to TK.
What?
TK says Blake means cool guy.
Oh, cool guy. Now, no one in high school ever thought that. Let's see. The best way to start a food forest is through the volunteers. I agree, because those are the plants that want to be there.
But if you don't have volunteers, you just plant.
That's right. Make it happen.
First, I got to figure out where to put my food forest. Maybe out in the orchard.
Oh, your orchard. Oh, yeah. You got to get, once you start getting those trees growing up, then you start planting your berry plants around it, interplanting with lots of vining things, maybe sweet potatoes, maybe different herbs, or, yeah, that's going to be a really beautiful place. That's a great location.
I've got 9 more trees to go in the orchard.
That's going to be a beautiful place up there.
I hope so.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, Ronald plants cucumbers to grow on his peach trees.
That's a good idea, because they'll grow up seasonally, harvest the cucumbers. They have a little bit of shade from the tree. It's a great idea. There's a lot of people now doing more food forest type growing, interplanting, and I think it's really cool. The gardening channel with James Prigioni has huge examples, great examples from the last 5 years, where he started his food forest out in his backyard, and now the pictures that he has of that space is just gorgeous, and the food that's coming out of that is just gorgeous. Yeah, I like Steam It too. You guys, there's several of you here that are on Steam It, and I'm excited to see you guys and start building that community over there too. Blake is Old English and could be from black, which is a word for someone who has dark hair and skin, or from Blake, black, 2 A's, which means someone with white or pale. Oh, so I'm either pale or
dark hair, and you have dark hair and you are pale.
Yeah, dark hair, pale skin. I guess that makes sense. So it can't mean anything really cool like warrior or defender or whatever. I have to be the pale, dark-haired guy. What is a food forest? That's a great question. A lot of people use that. Oh, Kate's on the ball. My Visla food forest, simply, I'm sure Kate answered appropriately, but it's just growing a lot of food together using the model of a forest instead of our typical conventional wisdom that says everything needs to be in rows and separated. It's growing things together using the tall trees, the overstories, the understory, the vining plants, and all of those things that like to grow up around that like they would in a forest. Laura, hey, good morning.
Oh, you got... Oh, I see. Somebody posted an answer. Shashkila posted an answer on what the food for it.
Oh, nice. So Ronald says, I love my Daddykirbs hat. Who else got their hat?
Texas Boys said the second meaning for Blake is defender of the food forest.
Defender of the food forest.
Yes.
With my billhook saw.
TK says you're a child of the Heavenly Father. That's who you are.
Exactly. No matter what my name means, it is son to the Father.
That's right.
Exactly.
By the way, Kate is a derivative of Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
Catherine means pure of heart.
Oh.
So I just shorten it since I'm Kate, not Catherine, and I'm just pure.
Just pure.
Or maybe I'm just of heart.
Just the billhook slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, yeah, so I'm a slayer to those things that need chopped and dropped. Anything else, anything with a beating heart, we try to not slay those. All right, you know what? We've been here for almost an hour. This has been fun. What's going on?
Freaky saw my canning video where Karib was overseeing me doing it. She says, I'm a natural with the slave driver of a parrot close by.
That's right. That's right. You have 3 parrot slave masters over there.
Yes, I do.
So I want to go over real quickly before we shut down a few more minutes for questions if you have them. And but I do want to thank you to my patrons and to all of those, also the super chats, for helping me to purchase my new camera that's going to be recording the YouTube video channels. I really wish that I had the ability right now to use this for my live show. That would produce a pretty nice picture, except we're mostly dependent on my weak internet connection, so that's no good. But thank you, patrons and super chat supporters, for the equipment that you helped me to purchase this week. I will be putting that to good use. And if anyone else is interested in helping the Daddykirbs Farm channel continue the creative efforts, you can go to Daddykirbs. Not Daddykirbs. You can go to Daddykirbs.com too, but that's just to look at stuff. But you can go to Patreon.com/Daddykirbs, or anytime I'm in a live show, you can do the super chat to help support the channel, and that money honestly does go into a separate fund that helps me reinvest into the channel to give a better experience, hopefully a better experience, better video quality to everyone to enjoy. So there are thousands of people who enjoy the Daddykirbs Farm videos, and a handful of people who have become like family and like to support what's going on here. So thank you so much. And we have about a minute left, so if there are any additional comments or questions. If not, I'm going to say thank you, and I will talk to you soon. In fact, the video coming out tomorrow, and then also the Monday meetups, and then the beekeeping episode that's coming on Wednesday, and then possibly another beekeeping episode on Friday. I got to get out there and get that one shot. I know what I'm going to do. I just need to get out there and do it. Meredith says, would you consider running a message board on your site for your lovely extended family? I have considered that. And yes, I do want to try to do that. I haven't ever recently found the time to put effort into my my blog site, daddykirbs.com. I am starting to focus on that a little bit. I'm trying to figure out how to use that site a little bit better. I took the store link and changed it to just a link to my Amazon right now because Amazon's changing some things and that was going to go away. But yes, some sort of a community forum. We do also have the Facebook page, Daddykirbs. So it's facebook.com/daddykirbsfarm. And that is just a page, that's not a group, so there's not a lot of great way to do the conversation. So there's also Patreon, there's a community on there. Steemit, if you go to steemit.com/@daddykirbs, there's community there. But yes, I do want to do a community on the daddykirbs.com site as well. So thank you for bringing that up. I will turn more attention to that, and hopefully we can continue to build this community, this family, in a way that is encouraging to all. Oh my goodness, we didn't do the hat giveaway for the... I totally forgot. I meant to do that in the first 2 minutes of the show. So let's give a hat away. Real quick, last minute, let's give a hat away. Kate has a file set up. So everyone who commented on the show prior to today, 2 weeks ago I did the live show, and there was an opportunity for people to say, I want a Daddykirbs hat on that show, and that at this point it's closed because we're going to just take the list that we have and give a hat away. Oh my goodness, thank you for bringing that up. Who was that? That was Brooke. Thank you, Brooke. I have a khaki and a silver. Also, if anyone knows 2011 Marine Mom, find a way to get her to contact me because I couldn't find her contact information, and she is getting one of these hats too. So we have that.
I'm ready. You just tell me the number.
Oh man. Can you open another tab?
Certainly.
I'm not prepared. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Another browser tab.
Oh, okay. Wrong. There we go.
And go to random.org.
To what?
Random.org. That's going to be our selection. So everything's going to happen over here on the laptop instead of on the iPad this time because I'm not prepared. I was like in a total fog before this show started.
Random.org. True
Right.
number service?
Yep. So in your spreadsheet,
There are 28.
28. Okay, so on
random drawings.
up, if you go up on the right hand side at the top, yeah, so just put the number max 28. So 1 through 28 in random.org and generate number 28. That's interesting. Okay. So number 28 is
Xavier Wee.
Xavier Wee. You are the winner of one of these hats. So I will contact you through YouTube, and hopefully you see this, but if not, I really should have put it at the beginning of the show. My apologies. It totally slipped my mind. But I will contact Xavier Wee and hopefully find a way to contact 2011 Marine Mom and find out who's getting silver and who's getting khaki. That's it. We're done. Thank you so much. Let me scroll through just real quick to make sure I didn't miss anything else important that you guys are reminding me of because you're awesome and I'm not. Let's see. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, so in the after party, when I hit I'm done, you guys can share all your Steemit names and links to each other. That way we can continue to build this audience. But for now, thank you so much. We went over by a few minutes, but I appreciate you hanging in there with me. Love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.
See you later.